Are you wanting to buy a house and really short on cash? And you're thinking you want to leverage other people's money to buy your home. With a USDA loan, that is completely possible. Now, there's always going to be closing costs on a home loan. I'm going to teach you how to get a USDA loan with truly no money out of pocket. My name is Amy DeBusk, and I am a first time homebuyer specialist. And I also specialize in niche products like the USDA loan, which is not for first time homebuyers, it's for anybody. And I have been doing this for about 26 years now. And I just love teaching mortgage and teaching people how to build long term wealth through home ownership. And so I want to show you a strategy that works really well right now, especially in this market where it's close to a buyer's market out there. When we say buyer's market, there are more sellers than there are buyers. There are homes that are sitting on the market for much longer than a seller would like them to be sitting. And that means that you, as the buyer, have the advantage to ask for a seller credit. So let me break it down for you and how that works. So, reminder on a USDA loan, it's 100% financing and you're going to have closing costs. And typically, closing costs are about 2.5% of the purchase price, just to be, flat. So, if you're buying a $500,000 house, you can expect to spend anywhere from 12 to $14,000 on closing costs. And in this market, you can get a seller to pay for those closing costs. Couple things to keep in mind. When a seller pays for your closing costs, they are making less money on the sale of their home. So if they are listed the house for sale for 500,000 and you're offering them 500,000 and you're asking them to cover $14,000 in closing costs, they are actually making, the take on that for them is $14,000 less. Okay. Now, there is a caveat that you need to be aware of. The house does need to appraise because all banks will lend you money based on the appraised value, not what you negotiate in the purchase price on your contract. So let's say you decide that, maybe, you don't think that they're going to take your offer of 500,000 with, $14,000 in closing costs and really them not get an extra 14,000. So you want to sweeten the deal. Maybe you want to offer them 510,000 and ask for the 14,000, and then they're really only getting $4,000 less because you upped the price to 510,000 to make up a little bit of that difference or most of the difference of that 14,000. So 14,000 is the closing costs. You're increasing the purchase price by $10,000 and they're going to share by giving you $4,000 of that or taking $4,000 less than they would have, and we're building 10,000 of the ask into the purchase price. Now, in that instance, that's when you really need to make sure that your listing agent, your buyer's agent, does their due diligence to ensure that the appraised value is going to come in 10,000 over list price. We have a lot of success with that on our team. We have premier agents standing by that are experienced, that have years of experience of negotiating seller credits on the behalf of their buyers. And especially in this market, it is easier than it ever has been in the past. So I would like to encourage you, if you're interested in learning more about the USDA loan and how you can obtain not only 100% financing, but a seller credit, please log on to talkingwithamy.com. That's talkingwithamy.com. And hey, on the USDA loan, the maximum seller credit that you can get is 6% of the purchase price, which is way more than you would ever need. It's good to know, though, that is the maximum seller credit that you can get on a USDA loan.